try to prevent from outside.
Okay, so I have to make two corrections of what I said. One of them is like the one who got raped was Magic Lockjaw, not Yeshit Zogya. Huh?
That's important.
That's important, yeah. That correction, and also maybe just my fantasy. I thought that this Padma Samskara was translated from Sanskrit. It's not. It's also been translated from Tibetan. So there you go. Thank you, Shachar, and thank you, Leora. So you can always correct me, please, because this is why I say I want to stop teaching. We're saying all these things that are not true. I have such vivid fantasy that, I repeat it 2 times, then it becomes truth in my head. Buddhism is too serious to play around with it like this. And I still have this karma that people believe what I'm saying.
You heard Nahum? We still need you.
Huh?
He said we still need you.
Yeah. Yeah, I still come and do simple stuff, I mean simple stuff. Sadhanas. No, but we'll still do negative emotions and things like that. Things down to earth, things that I don't have to be high schooling. Also maybe, more, what can we do with these? That's what we're doing next Saturday also. Now, how to go from here. If you want to go somewhere. Okay. Neil didn't say coming. So we try to do as Irit would say, hardcore. I don't like the word with Buddhism, but anyway, like real, from the text, kind of tongue length thing with the black rock in your heart. If you know that this black rock is not you, that's very important. Everybody knows that. I need to see people know. You know what this black rock is. That we feel sometimes when we're very afraid, very depressed. I'm the center of the universe. The self-cherishing mind, the grasping at it, holding it, I'm really that bad, Unfortunately, we're not using thoughts in these moments. We just go with instincts. I'm no good, I'm bad, everything's black and all this. If we would use thoughts, we would very quickly understand, hey, what are you doing? This is exaggeration. So that can we see this and now kind of try to bring it up? That one. It comes up when you visualize or you imagine a situation where you are accused wrongly. When it says, I will take the faults of others and I will admit that I done the fault. This is radical change in attitude. Whoa. But imagine a situation where you have been accused wrongly. Somebody kind of, you behave very nicely and somebody kind of very rudely kind of in the car, right, honks at you and drives like an idiot, right? It's like Netta is nodding because she told me the situation. That's why she's smiling now. I'm sure she wasn't smiling when she was in the car. So this one, I am right and you are wrong. You're the idiot. You're dangerous. I'm good driver. That one. So as we've been looking at this the last weekend or this weekend, we understand this is the troublemaker because it is just always coming in when I need it the least. The situation already difficult, but I have kind of time to react and then it jumps in. When I don't have time to react and the situation is difficult, I act in a very good, natural, skillful way. But when it comes in, it blocks me and it wants something, or it tells me stories that are not true. And as the Buddha says, all the suffering that we have comes when we were following it and creating actions, when we were concerned about making this false kind of projected I happy. This is the one that makes us selfish. This is the one who says, I am the body. This is the one who says, you're not allowed to touch this body. Sometimes even, ooh, you're not allowed to look at this body. I mean, come on. That one. And we can think, if we continue to carry this along with ourselves and act it out, not only our fondest wish to be free from suffering and causes of suffering will not be fulfilled, but actually it's like chasing after suffering. And that's what we will get. It drives away everything we want: spaciousness, openness, fearlessness, compassion, love, understanding, wisdom. Everything goes out of the window when that one operates. So it's not just, kind of not helpful for the future, it's also not helpful for the moment. So you think about your future self. And you see yourself as an old person. We always think, I will be this wonderful old person. Patient, wise, funny. People will love to come and visit me. Wait, what makes you so sure? Very few old people like this. Usually they're bitter, disappointed, blaming others, absolutely no contentment because their senses don't work anymore. This one verse about I will put my senses in the service of others. If you don't find your own pleasure anymore through your senses, because already now you put it in the service of others, it will be no big deal. So many old people are so bitter and so disappointed and find no contentment because their senses have lost their power. They don't hear well anymore, they don't taste well anymore, they can't see well anymore, and they can't move anymore properly. Then they get disappointed and bitter and angry. But try to visualize yourself as this old person, and you see the ego will say, no, I will not be this person. How can you be so sure? Nobody thought when they were young that they will become bitter, dement, lost, frightened. If we don't work with the self-cherishing mind now, this will happen to us as well. So instead of rejecting that old person, try to see the suffering of it. It's you. And the strong wish for this person to be free from suffering. Knowing that what lies at the root of this suffering, of being discontent, bitter, confused, angry, is the self-cherishing that you visualize like a black rock in the middle of your upper body, who doesn't want to move, who doesn't want to admit that's just a fantasy and the wrong view. So with a strong wish for this old person, that is you, to be free from the suffering of loneliness, bitterness, being lost, being lonely, you breathe in that suffering in the form of black smoke. Heavy, hot. Try to give it structure. not just black light, but really something sticky, something. You breathe it in, you bring it down to your self-cherishing mind, that black rock that doesn't want it. And you feel the resistance. And it grows and it becomes stronger and then it explodes. Like a balloon when it's blown up too much. Then all of a sudden the goodness comes out. When the self-cherishing is gone, we can give endlessly. We are connected to others in a very deep way. We're not afraid anymore. We're just happy that there are the people that we can be of service and that we can help. So as you breathe out all your qualities that you have now. Your courage, your patience, your humor, your generosity, your ability to really connect with others. You breathe it out and you give it to this other person that is your future self. Everything that you would want to have in old age in the form of light. And there also give it some structure so it's light, fresh, waking you up, kind of refreshing you, healing, healthy, spacious, luminous. And you try to synchronize the visualization with your breath. In, black and heavy, sticky, hot. Self-cherishing resists, explodes, disappears. Out of that luminous, unlimited space, which is the nature of our mind and our good heart, you give this old person what you think you will need in old age. It can be material things, it can be mind states, but in the form of light, healing, refreshing, resources, support, love and compassion and wisdom. As we breathe in, may I be free from suffering and the causes of suffering, especially the holding on to self-cherishing. As we breathe out, may I be strong, peaceful, free from fear, patient, and loving. As we breathe in, may I be free from heaviness, fear, confusion, bitterness, loneliness. As we breathe out, may I be able to live my life, no matter how the body is, no matter how the brain is, with joy and ease. Okay, then you let that yourself as a future person fade away, and you take somebody that already now you see that they are not well, they suffer from confusion, self-cherishing, all these kinds of things, but you would be ready to take it away from them. Give it to your self-cherishing who lies at the root of all this. And you do the same thing for them. As you breathe in, you draw out the suffering, plus the causes of suffering, which is their delusions. That's the more difficult thing to take, isn't it? The delusions. But we're able to transform them. We use their delusions in order to destroy our self-cherishing. Who doesn't want it grows, explodes. As we breathe out, we give them all our knowledge about how to transform the mind, all our merits, all our well-being, all our humor, intelligence, understanding. Or whatever else you think this person might need, and you will see how easy that goes if it's somebody that we're interested in. You can see how the person receives the resources, the support, the wisdom and the compassion that they need to be able to transform their difficult situation. As you breathe in, may you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. I take it away from you. I breathe it in. Not to keep it, but to destroy my self-cherishing who doesn't want it. I'm strong enough. I can take it. I'll take it. So that you can be free from it. As you breathe out, may you be well. May you be safe. May you be protected from physical and mental harm. As you breathe in, may you be free from fear, confusion, wrong views, self-centeredness. As you breathe out, may you be strong, peaceful and loving, and be able to live your life with joy and ease. Then you let that person fade away. You take somebody that is kind of, you know the person, but you're not so interested in the person. And we go back to the person that we do it voluntarily and we do it happily. And we think, why do I limit myself like this? Why not this person? Considering that me and that person, their mind streams have been existing since beginningless lifetimes. And anyway, being able to have an open heart and accommodate whomever I meet makes me feel better. By friendly feelings towards others, of course, indifference is a peaceful feeling, but it's not what we want. I want to wake up my heart, which is covered by this self-cherishing. It's covered by this black rock. But looking at the person, even though you don't know directly, we understand they're just like me. Just like the person I like or I'm attached to. They also want happiness. But they also have suffering. They're also chasing after happiness, but actually chase it away and getting suffering because of misunderstanding of reality. So whatever suffering this person has, I take it upon myself. As breathing in, may you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. Form of black smoke, heavy, hot, sticky. Self-cherishing resists, explodes out of that luminous space. Resources, light, fresh, healthy, energy, wisdom, love and compassion. So then, if you don't find it too difficult, we go to somebody who really kind of doesn't treat us nicely. Somebody who doesn't respect us, somebody who's very self-concerned, somebody that we really see all their faults. And instead of being upset, we start to understand that's why they suffer. Because also they cannot receive my love, because it's impossible for me to love them because they're so self-concerned and so disrespectful, whatever. So if it's too much, then just leave this alone. Yeah, just only do it if you feel you want to try it out. And we start to understand when somebody's like this, they're insecure. They constantly need to put others down in order to feel better. So why be angry at that person? Why not have some compassion? Because in this life, okay, they have power. But what about next life? They will be at the bottom of the ladder. They will not have developed the wisdom to understand why they are there, like I do now. Now I understand why he is above and I'm below. I really want to stop this cycle. I really want this person to be happy, but to be happy in a good way, not to be happy of abusing others and showing their power. Because that's not real happiness. That's why they don't stop. Because it doesn't give them the happiness they want. If it's too difficult, go back to the person that you find it easy. But if not, all the things that kind of prevent you from being able to open up your heart towards that person, you take it upon yourself when you're breathing in, so you become that impossible person. And then see what the ego does. It's very interesting. When you breathe out, all you think that this person needs to be humble, in a good way, self-confident, open, spacious, loving, peaceful, and at ease. Everything that you know what it needs to be an easy person, a person that people like to be with. You know it, you have it. So you give it away to this other person so that they can experience what it means to live life as an open, spacious, relaxed person with no big ego. The big ego you put it upon yours. You can give it a form, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be black smoke and sticky and hot, it can have a form. Like the golem in the Lord of the Rings or something like that. Be creative. Let your mind create the form of this ego, of this person that you have difficulties with because they don't respect you. Try to understand that if they're not suffering now, they will definitely suffer in the future. And then you make the decision, I don't want to be the one who is inflicting the suffering on them because I know how it feels from personal experience now. Who is at fault? It's my own self-cherishing who doesn't understand that the person has to suffer in the future. If I'm not careful and I keep holding on to this hate and anger, I might be the one who then treats that person in such a way. I don't want that. The only way that will prevent me is by understanding their suffering with compassion. So I'm taking away all these attitudes that this person has that go on my nerves and that I criticize all the time so that they can be free from it. You can breathe it in if you're courageous enough, or you can just think that you're taking it away. They kind of evaporate into thin air, whatever. As I said, these visualizations are suggestions. Allow your mind to be creative, something that is meaningful. Feel the resistance of your self-cherishing. Talk to your self-cherishing like Shantideva talks to his and says, come on, you're the troublemaker. I don't need you to survive. You are creating all the suffering. When it comes, you complain and create more suffering. So just shut up for a moment. We're trying something new here. Or whatever words you want to say to your I or ego. As you breathe out, you give this person everything this person needs to be a decent person. Not for your sake, so they stop harming you, but for their sake. And you see them receiving it to be relaxed, open, humorous, appreciative of your efforts that you're making. And you're just happy that the other person can also relax a little bit. Not, I did it. Thanks to me, now the person is like this. No. Just it's really nice to make somebody happy, relaxed, open, spacious. And then you can put as many beings as you want in the space in front of you, left, right, behind, above, below, as much as you want, by seeing wherever I look. At the surface it looks as if people have what they want, but nobody has lasting happiness. Everybody has fear, aggression, attachment, self-cherishing, and for everybody, this is what keeps samsara going. This is the fuel for this wheel to turn round and round and round. And as you breathe in, whatever you think you're capable of, you think at least a wish. When you breathe in, may all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. If you're courageous, you breathe in that suffering through all your pores, from all sides. Thinking about emptiness. Thinking about, wow, this is kind of building up my courage to bear suffering. You need to see the benefit of this. Otherwise, don't do it. So as I'm saying, I'm just suggesting, don't force yourself to do anything you don't want to do. Definitely the self-cherishing doesn't want us. They say, come on, this is too big. Maybe not. Try it out. As you breathe out light through all your pores, it kind of radiates into the world. Left, right, front, back, above and below. And you think it brings peace, wisdom, love, compassion,